Hello guys, how's it going? Well, to be honest, for me, I'm doing pretty fine, to be honest, but I wasn't planning to make a video like this, necessarily, but sometimes there's an occasional you have to get that nerve off your back. That could be considered bothersome or not. But, what is that bothersome nerve? Well, it's less of a problematic, but more of an interesting case. You see, the thing is that when I was making my videos, if you remember, I made a video called How to Milk. If you know, that was made for the purpose of being a reference to Spinozilla's coffee. In fact, I made a reference incidentally too with mentioning the whole coffee with milk joke, which is why the thumbnail was like it is with the spoiler skeletal, which I would not name for the sake of people who haven't played Xenoblade 2. Even though I guess you could see it in Smash Bros, but that's beside the point. You see, the person that ranted on that video was Mik Mik. I was like, you know, because I'm gonna make the milk joke, I wanna know, Mik Mik is a video I'm gonna be reviewing to, which was the Indom Milk review. The thing is, we are going to be not talking about necessarily too much about Mik Mik, but more about the video itself. It's for many reasons, to be honest, but it's mainly there because, keep in mind, I allowed him to make this video happen. But, so I feel like it's fair enough that I will make a review on it. Okay? Note to self. Just to make this out of the way, after the videos are done, you need to know, this is not an attack on Mik Mik, this is just my personal opinions about the video itself. So, don't get the wrong idea if they start to get to a complaining sequences. Even though some people just want to see argument wars happen. I know you guys, this is not meant to be an argument or necessarily. But anyways, let's just get on to the video.
Guys, okay, before the video starts, let's give some context. So, there's this guy named Joe527, or in Discord he's named Hyperactive in Doom, and he made this video called How to Milk. Well, damn. At least fix the grammar before posting it, bro.
Yeah, to be honest, the video is kind of a little bit just stale to be like, it's a reference to Spinozilla's coffee, so fair enough. But there's one thing to mention, it's actually Joe527. It sounds like 527, but that's because that's a reference to my brother's YouTube account, which was Daftel527. Also, I do not own a wheelchair, nor I am disabled. I know the person who wanted this was questioning what to do, but this was more like a last notice thing. Just to get this out of the way, I apologize if you hear random background noises. I tried to make videos like these when I'm mostly all alone. Because let's be honest, you dislike a YouTube video with random background noises all of a sudden. It's kind of how YouTube videos would go.
Glizzies. Oh yeah.
Why the flip did he use the Among Us Minecraft song? I would rather just use the original. Or, you know what, I could actually do this better, okay? You know what, I'll just say, I could do this better.
Oh man. So we back in the mine, got a picket swinging from side to side, side to side.
Man, that feels so much better because, to be honest, no, I did not mess on any poor donkeys. I mean, I like the whole edge and all. Oh yeah, just to get this out of the way too. I actually really like the design of the endom for this intro sequence because it reminds me of the You Are Umiso / Tyrannosaurus series. So I'll have to at least say with this. So for one who wrote that, I tip my hat to you because that's actually a really nice draw and that's a reference. It's actually much more better than the wheelchair one, to be honest, because I also just forgot to talk about that the wheelchair Indom has 2 giant horns. It's supposed to be 1. The 2 is not correct. You may have ended up secretly making Scorp, which may as well be the old Indom design that you saw in the previous videos. Regardless if it was intentional or not, it's something worse so than a snout from a Megaraptor. Oh look, I actually reused old assets. Well, this is already an older asset to begin with, but can we not harm the poor donkey and just proceed? Because if you thought this was alright, this is where we get to the thing that kind of stuns me out. So, take a look at this.
Yo, what's up guys? Today we're gonna drink the Hyper Indom milk at 3 a.m. But before we're gonna drink the Hyper Indom milk at 3 a.m. they say you can get good luck by liking down the video with your knuckles. Yes, it's true. You can do it right now.
Whoa, calm down. You don't need to bring out a gun all of a sudden. Just because the review I removed had the gun sequence, that was only just a follow-up with the joke. You don't have to go that serious about that. Besides, how would you subscribe with... I mean, I could sort of get describing with your knuckle on maybe the computer if you were watching YouTube on Veil, but how would you do it on a mobile device?
Si baka!
Oh look, haha, funny Toho channel joke. Yeah, haha, funny. That's how I could say that.
And make the Hyper Indom milk and drink it at 3 a.m. So, let's begin.
Only a spoonful.
Okay, excuse me about random why I got sewed up, but yeah, I do like how well they got it correct about Spinozilla's coffee same sequence, you know, of the drinking. Like, I do like how you did timed it to sound effects, and you put ice cream even though actually that's just an ice cube. Now, just to cut the video some slack, Mik Mik did not exactly knew of all the ingredients that were used in the How to Milk video. So I at least suspect that you didn't get a full understanding of the video. But we get to a massive problem as soon as you notice this sequence right here.
The Hyper Indom milk. All of these ingredients are from the dark web, guys. You know how many times I almost lost my life on buying these materials and ingredients to make the Hyper Indom milk? Strawberry flavor? Well, anyways.
The funny part is that he only just took to that from my video on how to milk, even though I used absolutely no strawberries in that. Yeah. That was just my reaction to the response after when I finished the How to Milk video. I mean, that was the assumption, but keep in mind those certain words, because I'll get back into them later.
Well, looks presentable. Well, let's drink it. Well, it's now 3 a.m. and something spooky will happen.
Okay, right there, right at that frame, white veil, which, if you have a keen eye, or at least a sharp eye with good vision, that is no milk. That is just plain old water. Water! I mean, you could have at least made the excuse to make it look like milk. If you're trying to at least make it a bit more like, oh, it was milk, you still at least used milk and not water. Like, water is pretty easy to get but milk's not that hard to get. You could have just drank it just normal milk and spat it out to say, it was so bad. Because the next sequence he mentions that it was worse than Spinozilla's coffee.
Worse than Spinozilla's coffee. Ugh! It's so bad, I need to teleport in a different dimension. Okay guys, since Hyper Indom's milk is so bad, let's put it away in the interdimensional sink I have here that I bought from the deep web. Yes, 100% real from the deep web.
Wait a minute, I thought it was called the dark web, not the deep web.
Oops. And as you can see, there's a portal from a different dimension. So I can put my shit in here, and I can put my trash in here, and anything else. If I kill someone, I can put it in here, and it went to a different portal from a different dimension. Since Hyper Indom's milk is so damn trash, I will just put it right here, and it will go to a different dimension. But I don't know which dimension it will go, so who knows? Let's just dump it here. There, it's now gone.
Again, noticed it was water, not milk. It's not that hard to mess it up. Surprisingly, it's not that hard. Just to be fair, the portal sequence, that was actually pretty decent with the edit fail, even if it was a little bit too much, even if it's a bit of green screen involved. You could have cut out a little bit more of. He did obviously make How to Make Milk the right way, but there's even a problem with the milk video, because compared to How to Make Coffee the right way, at least I could say that it was coffee. But the problem is here, he literally turned the milk into noodles. You're here to make milk, not noodles. You're making food flavored, not milk flavored. You may as well add in some beef, and it would be the same thing, to be honest. And then he basically just ends up watching Gundam on Netflix and eating the noodles, and there is an after credit scene, but that's more of a do of Mik Mik series than it has to do with me. Which I at least have to say during that post-credit scene, that's Marvel themed I guess, that it was actual milk colored in, so that part was correct, but still, there's so much issues I could talk about. But, just to get to my final thoughts, I know that this video was not meant to be spite of my milk, because that's fair enough, but to the video itself, to some ways, this is just cringe! Parts of the videos are so unnecessary. In fact, after I watched this video, someone immediately told me what the video literally was, and that turns out the montage of the milk is literally just ripping off of the 3 AM Among Us posting video. Like, that's too obvious. Like, you just literally just had the same intro, mentioned about the so-called dark web, and it was life risking. Like, that's not too great, and the problem is that it even fails for the so-called horror aspect for 3 AM. Like, there's only one Trojan sequence, but like, that's it? Like, I may as well hear like an additional war that sounds like the Indominus Rex, or even Scorpius Rex. I'd rather hear like another war, feel like I'm hunting you down or something, or you hear an Indominus Rex scream. Like, I had some expectations that it was more like Spinozilla's copy, but maybe a few things different. There are some things I will have to admit, not all of it was bad. I do say that you did try to mix things up. You could have kept the drinking sequence between Wilson and Spinozilla's coffee, not my coffee. And you could have also kept the whole instant portal to put it in another dimension because it was that bad. You could have kept all that. But the mistake that you didn't use milk instead of water, but instead you used water, And the fact that you literally just ripped off a random 3 AM video, which is kind of cringe, to be honest, it kind of makes it kind of unnecessary. Everything else was fine. You know, in my opinion, you could have improved the intro a little bit more, and you could have added in a few extra montages, or mentioning the, but I can understand why not the ingredients, because I didn't necessarily sew off all the ingredients. But again, I was expecting more. In the end, my disappointment is immeasurable. However, my day is not ruined just because he made an attempt of 3 AM. I see that you're trying something else, but if you're trying to do a 3 AM video, don't just go use my milk as an example. It could have been its own video, to be honest. I appreciate you trying to experiment and improve your channel, so it's understandable why you did not want to fully copy and paste Spinozilla's coffee video that you did. But at least make it a bit more like it. So my personal fixes would have been, obviously, I would rather have the Megalovania Revenge music playing for the intro. So I would like to do something else with the video. You could keep the sequence where you drink the milk, like in live action, and then put it away in another dimension. And the after credit scene, you could have kept it that. That's all fine. But besides that, you put noodles inside of milk, so that's not how to milk. That's how to make noodles. Just noodle in it with milk. And also, you kind of made it pretty unnecessary, because it's decent, but what else you did was put none other than unnecessary 3 AM poop on it. You could have just made the 3 AM sequence its own thing, or its even own video. You just copy and pasted Among Us video. The effects are alright for green screen effects. I appreciate the live action sort of attempt, but it should have been a little bit more like Spinozilla's coffee, where you try to look at the ingredients, complain about that after when you drank it. So, in my opinion, to improve the video, you should have drank it, then you should mention the ingredients, and then you put it away in another portal. You know, you maybe Hugh and Indominus Rex War, possibly if you want to make it a little bit scary, and don't make noodles out of milk. Unless you somehow like it, but again, I'll at least say to each taste their own. But again, in the end, do not attack Mik Mik just because he made this video. This was more of just going back to the review state. But it was alright, okay? It should have had its own improvements that I would have liked it. Still, the video's not perfect, but I was just expecting more. I kind of feel sad that that's all I got. I really wish I got much more to the video. Like, maybe that how you tried to assume what the ingredients were. I mean, you mentioned the joke about strawberry flavored, but I didn't put any strawberries in it. You know, this really wants me to say that Mik Mik, I would want to do something else about this, because I don't think I deserved it to be a 3 AM clickbait video. Like, it even failed on the whole aspect. Like, I may as well just enjoy a jump scare from Five Nights at Freddy's or something else, because it would probably at least a lot more scarier than just intense siren noises or something. But anyways, that's all from me. Hopefully that you have a decently good day, and I'll see you then, and nonetheless. So, see you guys next time. Whenever the day will come. What? I didn't remember the thumbnail to be like that. I thought it was simply Two Spoil, not Captain Partridge. Something's off. Maybe I need to do this.